What's up guys, it's Rotier here, and before we get into the video, you might notice that I look a bit different. That's because I've had plastic surgery, and yeah, this is my new look, so I'm pretty happy about it. I think I'm personally an 8. But yeah, we've got Cyber Dragons today. It's going to be a pretty cool list. They sort of just go in and smack things really hard, so yeah, let's get on with it. Okay. Wait,
I'm ready.
Alright, starting off with 40 cards, we've got 3 Cyber Dragons. These guys, they're the best, they're the boys. Just a free special summon if you go in second. If you're first, they sort of brick, but yeah, that's whatever, you just sort of deal with it. Secondly, triple core, this guy's amazing. Adds any cyber spell or trap, and he has a banish effect as well when he's in grave, don't forget that, but it's kind of limited, and yeah, he's not very fun in the grave, but he's good. Next, triple Hurts. This guy's also insane. Hurt's core is just like bonkers. It's free infinity. It's kind of sad, he's always just sort of dies, but you know, he gets you like 3 Cyber Dragons from deck, anything from grave, it's kind of crazy. Next up, 2 Noxter. Any more than 2 sort of bricks because he locks you into machines and we are playing Verte. He sort of summons out, revives a boy, and then sort of just gets, well, killed as you link him off. So it's, again, there's another sad one. Yeah, he's there. He's nice when you see him. When you don't really miss him. He's more of just someone to like send with the fusion, but we'll get into that in the future. Next up, 2 Soldier, the Cyber Dragon in Spirit. He's just a level 5 light machine. He can special summon out and he meets the conditions for Nova. So he's pretty damn good. You can search him as well with Repair Plant, so he's a pretty good addition. Any more than 2 again tends to brick, so it's just a good ratio to see. We've got 2 Kaijus. It's a bit unique, I guess. There's 2 of them. I tend to like 2 quite a bit. You see them just enough for them to be useful. Makes it so you don't have to really search, especially if your opponent has negates out. You might not have the ability to just search it with a Repair Plant, so having 2 just helps you out a bit. And you never really miss them, so you just contact fuse them off. Then we have triple of the Gamma, and then the brick. This guy isn't so bad because you can discard him off Noxter. So even if you do have him, you know, it's not the end of the world, but it always sucks. And then just Gamma's just crazy. It's so good. Next up, 3 Ghost Bell, which is classic, as well as the 3 Ashes. Just amazing hand traps, just deck to hand, or like special from deck destruction and just grave. It is very, very good. After that, Cyber Emergency, with mixed rarity to confuse your opponents. Adds a light machine, so you may see this in Drytron. It works in Cyber Dragons, who'd have thought. And you can add pretty much anything. You add core usually off this Hurts, it's pretty good. It's basically your entire deck you get. So this is like the main thing you're going to be adding off core. Then it's triple machine dupe. This is just like, hey, I'm going to win. Use this on core, it's kind of crazy. So you get 2 Cyber Dragons out, they all become Cyber Dragon. So it's just free infinity really. And it comes out and you're like, haha, I'm happy. Double Twin Twisters. Would run 3, but this is 40 card list. If you want to run 41 and have the 3rd, it's alright, but you tend to draw it a bit too much, and it's kind of situational. It's just to get rid of Mystic Mike. I hate that card. 1 Cyber Repair Plant. You search this off core. The fact that it needs Cyber Dragons in grave kind of makes it a bit bricky, so you want to search it off core. But it adds you Kaijus, it adds you Soldier, pretty much anything in your deck it adds. So it's very, very good. 1 for 1. This is really nice. You can just ditch anything, send in special like a Hurts or a Noxter out from it. If you discard a Cyber Dragon with it and special out a Noxter, you can get Cyber Dragon back instantly, so it's pretty damn good. Don't really see it too much, but when you do, it's always nice. 1 Rev System. Again, only 1 because you search it with core. It just revives a Cyber Dragon, or you special it from hand. It's kind of limited, but it works. Anything in grave you can just bring out. So you can bring out Noxter and then bring out more and sort of just go from there. So it's pretty good to have. Cyberload Fusion, this one's really, really nice. Anything that's banished, you can just shuffle back in, summon out any of your big guys, and just sort of smack them. Only thing is that it makes it so that the thing you summon out of this can only attack, so it kind of screws you over, but it's whatever. It's pretty good. Then there's Overload, so this is what you banish to activate the Cyberload to make it live. This is just insane because you have so many Cyber Dragons in your grave so quickly. You just banish them out and bring out a Dark Fusion monster, and like you basically just win from there. And then there's Overflow. So this one's really good. It's a good going first turn play because you can just pop depending on how many like Cyber Dragons of different levels you have in hand, field, grave. So it's quite versatile. You can also destroy it to get like cyber spells and traps, just like Core. I feel like destroying your own trap to get like search effects is the equivalent of saying you can't fire me, I quit, but it works and it's pretty good when it happens. So yeah, that's the main deck. Right, going into the extra deck, we're starting off very strong. We've just got this guy. He needs to be banned. No, he doesn't. I really like him. But he sends your Overload or your Cyberload, and you can just fusion from there. He's pretty free. Thing is, if you use Narster effect, you can't make him, but he's just insane. He's a free fusion. You don't have to rely on sort of drawing into it or anything, or like bricking, because you draw like 3 Overloads and you just cry. But he's just amazing. You can also make things dark. I don't know why you want to do that, but you can do it. Next up is one Seeger. You only ever need one. If your opponent banishes it, you just, I don't know, you just become sad. But he gives attack to anything that has, I believe, 100 more attack. He just gives it 2-1, so basically 4,200, so he can give like fusions and whatnot. He's just insane. He enables a lot of OTKs, so he's just bonkers. And I think, does he do anything else? No, he doesn't do anything else. Next up, Cleeffoot Genius. This guy's kind of cool. If there's anything that's like bothering you, you can sort of summon him and then make it so that you can negate something on the field. You don't really bring him out that much. It's sort of like a last ditch. If you bring him out, you're sort of suffering here, but it is something you can do. It's an option to go for, but you can change him out if you want. Next up is Lena. This is the new one from Lightning Overdrive, I believe. So this guy, if you sort of brick, you want a core, you can just summon it, going second, attack into something, destroy it, and then add core to hand. So it helps you there, but again, if you're summoning this thing, you're sort of suffering, so a bit of a last ditch. Again, you can play around with it if you want. Next up is Link Kuriboh. This thing's really good. If you have a level 1, so you're Hertz or Naxter, you can just send it away for Link Kuriboh. Usually you're doing it with Hertz to get its effect, and then this thing just, I don't know, if you're going first, it might help you survive the turn. So it's pretty good. I don't think you'd ever use really a second effect. There's no reason not to. Next up is Almirage. Same thing for core, same thing for Hertz, but with core this time. Being able to put core in grave is insane because you can just add a repair plant and then instantly send him, so there's a Cyber Dragon in the grave. His effect actually comes up a bit if you pair him with Infinity, because you can just tribute him and then protect Infinity from like floodgates. You don't have to sort of waste your negate on like stopping a torrential, for example, if that ever comes up. Then there's Anima. This is just to steal monsters. If there's something like in your way you don't want it, you can just make this and maybe like force out a negate or just take anything that is giving you grief. So he's pretty good. Right, next up we have 2 Rampage. This guy's really, really good. This is definitely your main fusion. 2 Cyber Dragon monsters, so he's really easy to make. On summon, he pops spells and traps up to the number of materials, that he's been made with. So if you make him with 2, which is what you usually do, he's basically a Twin Twisters. And also he can Foolish Burial too to gain 2 more attacks. So he's very, very good. If you pair him with Seeger, he's basically 4,200 and he can attack 3 times. It's really unstoppable. It's hard to survive that. But he does have his limitations. If you torrential him, you just sort of lose. But in general, he's just really, really good. And again, you can Twin Twister your own back row, your own trap to get search effects. So he's kind of versatile. He's very good. You can also send Hertz and like core to just get a free core to hand with him. Next up, we have the Fortress and the Mega Fleet. This, if there's anything in the extra monster zone, you can just link it off, or contact fuse, sorry, into this. Same with this. If your opponent's unfortunate enough to be playing a machine deck, you basically ruin their day with this, and then you just have a big like chungus that can smack things for really hard. Otherwise, they're just sort of link fodder. Next up is Gold Infinity and the much less cool Ultra. Oh no, I think that's a Secret Infinity. He's really good. You basically summon him off Nova. So you make Nova with 2 level 5 and slap on Infinity. He can negate anything. He gains attack based on how many materials attached, and he can detach to just, you can negate spells, monsters, anything. He's really good going first. You basically want to always make him. Nova's really good as well. You can detach to special another Cyber Dragon back. So it's basically a 1 material thing if you summon it with 2 Cyber Dragons, because you just detach it and bring it back. Also, there's another effect people tend to overlook. You can banish a Cyber Dragon, quick effect, and it gains 2,100 attack, so it can be a 4,200 beat stick. So with a Cyber Dragon, you basically get 6,300 because you attack with a Cyber Dragon, then attack with this, banish, and then it's 2,100 plus 4,200. But yeah, these guys are really good. Don't think anything less than 2 of each is amazing. You can also revive them with Naxa too, so once they're in your grave, it's not the end of the world. But yeah, they're just amazing, so highly recommend these two. Keep them at 2, so just take up 4 spaces. But yeah, that's the extra deck and deck in general. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you like my new plastic surgery face, and I'll see you in the next one.
It's time!